All right, here with head coach Keith Dixon, following the Hawks' 79-72 victory tonight against Merrimack. You just said, maybe not the prettiest of wins, but with the way things are going, kind of starting the year, you'll obviously take it. And I would think, not a stereotypical, 92, 95 point win, but I thought defensively, which is kind of where you've been most unhappy coming, start the season. I thought tonight, at least happy on that end.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're trying to talk. Our defense has not been very good, and we're going to have games where the offense just isn't flowing. And tonight we turned it over. I thought they won. Our strength has been we've really limited our turnovers through our first 5 games, and tonight they turned us over 17 times. So we had less possessions. I think we missed shots that we normally make, and we were in a dogfight. And I really thought I found a group there during crunch time that really defended them pretty well. And yet we held them to 72 points. Solano's a handful, and I thought we did a pretty good job keeping him out of the lane. And I thought we contained Strickland as well as we could. So to tell you the truth, all in all, I was pretty happy with our defensive effort.
Offensively, Neal, McKay, Dino, Santo kind of end up as your leading scorers, but for that stretch there, it was, Mark Schulze and Dom Borelli kind of off the bench that really, well, it was a close game, kind of kept you going. Kind of talk about the play of those two.
I thought they were terrific off the bench. Mark really changed. Even in the first half, I think I put him in and kept him in for like 10 or 12 minutes. And his minutes were very productive on both ends. I mean, I think he scored the ball in the first half, and he made plays. That's what he does. And in the second half, I thought our team, when I put him in, our team played better. And Mark's a good player. Mark's a pure walk-on in this program that's earned the right to play. And I think the more minutes he gets and comfortable he gets, the more people are going to see how good a basketball player he is. And I've been very happy with Dominic Borelli all year, to tell you the truth. He didn't play that well at Assumption, but again, I thought we were a better team with him in the game tonight, and he gave us good effort on both ends.
I thought Schulze, like you said, defensively kind of both ends, also had a couple of big charges that maybe people don't expect, that have seen him play, know that he can shoot and score a little bit. But
yeah, he does a lot of things. He really does. He's a complete player, and he's very bright. He's got a good basketball IQ on both ends. So, when you coach, I'm a kind of guy, I like people that I can trust, that what they're going to do, that their IQ is high, and Mark's is. So, he's coming off that knee injury, and I think it's taken him a little while to get back in the flow. But, I'm glad that he's back in the rotation.
Lastly, now that things are kind of heading more record-wise, 4-2, 3-1 in the conference, where you'd like it, kind of talk about the next upcoming, break here. How many days will you take, and then kind of, looking forward to St. Mike's and getting on a roll.
We've slogged our way through this. This hasn't been what we thought it was going to be. We've made improvement tonight defensively. I think it was an important win going into the Thanksgiving break. They'll go home for 3 days now. We'll come back Saturday and have 4 days to prepare for St. Michael's. So, hopefully they come back and we can get our heads back and can get this team back to where we think we should be. It's a long year, and at certain points in the season, your team never plays the way you think they should play. And I've actually been proud of the way that they fought their way through this. There's no finger pointing going on in that locker room saying, geez, I think it's his fault, or we know we have to improve. We know we have to get better, and we're confident that we will.
All right, here with junior guard Mark Schulze. Obviously, you guys are kind of scrapping here at the beginning, so, kind of talk about how big of a win tonight was. Offensively, maybe not what you guys are accustomed to, but I thought probably your best, defensive effort of the year, which is kind of where you guys have been looking to pick it up. So kind of just talk about the overall effort tonight.
Definitely improvement. Over the last few games, we haven't really been playing much defense at all, really, and tonight we made definitely some improvements, but there's still got a ways to go to get to where we want to be.
And then talk about yourself. Obviously, you've been working hard for 2+ years kind of to get to this point. Obviously, the injury to start the year, now kind of getting your time. 9 points, a couple big charges. But for a while there, you were the leading scorer, kind of holding it together well. You guys offensively were kind of struggling. Kind of just talk about your night up there and, kind of just overall the last couple of years, just, working to get to this point.
Yeah, it makes it easy when you have a bunch of guys behind you supporting you. It's really easy. They took me in on this team, and it's kind of a tough spot to be in, but they really got my back, and I feel confident on the court. They support me 100%, and it makes it easy to maybe go in the game and hit a couple shots. And tonight, just got in the flow of the game and hit a couple shots.
All right, here was senior forward at Dom Borelli. 10 points, 5 boards for you tonight. Perfect 3 of 3 shooting. It kind of seemed like you and Mark both kind of unheralded seemed to kind of carry you guys there for a stretch off the bench. When the starters weren't really, being their characteristic selves. Kind of just talk about that. Is it different this year? Are you kind of used to playing that role where you were starter last year, now coming off the bench? Was that kind of something, you knew you just kind of had to jumpstart these guys?
Well, it took a little bit to get used to coming off the bench from starting last year, but coming off the bench, we know that it's our job to be that spark off the bench. When the first unit's not really getting it done, they're kind of dragging their feet, that we have to come off the bench with that energy and help pick the team up.
And then, just talk about this win. Obviously, any win's a big win, but, with you guys kind of trying to right the ship here, 3 straight now, especially defensively tonight, kind of, maybe lacking there at the beginning of the year. Now, tonight really kind of locking them down, keeping them off the free throw line. Is this kind of just another building block towards getting back to where you want to be?
Yeah, definitely. We fell off a little bit in the beginning of the season. We were giving up way too many points, and we knew that defense had to be a priority for us now. And holding them to under 80 points, I believe, was big for us. We haven't done that in a while. We've been giving up too many points to teams, and we can't outscore everybody. So there's games we're going to have to win with our defense, and I think this was a good start to that.